Hello, I'm Joe Torres.
And I'm Lauren Glassberg in for Sandra Bookman. We begin tonight, of course, with the terrifying fatal fire in the Bronx. 19 people are dead, 9 of them children. 44 are injured, including 13 who have what are described as life-threatening injuries.
Firefighters arrived on the scene within 3 minutes of the first 911 call and were met with fire in the hallway of the building.
Right now, officials are holding an update on the scene. Let's listen in. You're watching Mayor Adams.
It's imperative that we connect with those on the ground to make sure they get that message and that word out. And so we want to allow and have Commissioner Nigro come forward and give you any technical updates on what took place and the updates on the investigation. Commissioner?
Thank you. Yes, Commissioner.
Thank you, Mayor. And let me just say that my entire department mourns along with the families here today and our entire city. We're all about saving lives, and the loss of one life is sad for us, much less 19 lives. As the mayor said, this fire began in an apartment that spans 2 floors on the 2nd and 3rd floor of the building. It started in a malfunctioning electric space heater. That was the cause of the fire. The fire consumed that apartment that is on 2 floors and part of the hallway. The door to that apartment, unfortunately, when the residents left, was left open. It did not close by itself. The smoke spread throughout the building, thus the tremendous loss of life and other people fighting for their lives right now in hospitals all over the Bronx. So we are investigating where everyone was found, how the smoke traveled, but certainly the marshals have determined through physical evidence and through first-hand accounts by the residents that this fire started in a bedroom in a portable electric heater.
Right. Wow. Let's see if there's any questions that you can answer.
Any questions that I can answer, we'll be happy to do that.
Functioning smoke detectors. Why did they need to use a space heater?
Carol, go ahead. Were there functioning smoke detectors?
I heard someone ask about the heat. The heat was on in the building. It was being used to supplement the building heat. There were smoke alarms throughout the building. The first call that came in was due to a neighbor hearing a smoke alarm and looking and seeing the smoke and calling.
Commissioner, there were reports that this was a very frequently malfunctioning smoke alarm system, that the alarm went off frequently, and that's why a lot of residents may not have felt urgency to leave. Are you confirming any of that?
We will look into that, but I cannot confirm that now.
There were reports also that residents didn't know where to escape, where the fire escapes were. Can you comment on that?
Well, on buildings like this, there are no fire escapes. There are interior stairways. So the residents should know where the stairwells are, and I think some of them could not escape because of the volume of smoke. I can't give you the exact number right now. I believe there's 120 apartments in the building. There's a very large number of people right now who need a place to stay.
Can you tell us anything about the children? What were their ages? The ones who passed away?
I do not have that now. There are some people in the building now. Whether they will stay, we're not sure, but there's very few. I think it certainly is traumatizing when we can't save a life. And our members, tried diligently, fire and EMS members, to bring some of these people back and to bring them out as quickly as they could. So we will have our counseling service be very busy after this with our members who are saddened by this terrible loss.
Commissioner, I understand your members were finding people in stairwells all throughout the building. Can you explain how that operation went and why it is you think that this was all over the building the way it was?
Well, as I said, the door was left open to the apartment. There was at least one door opened from the stairwell to a floor on one of the upper floors. Smoke and heat travel upward. That we know. That's what happened here. As the mayor said, it was a very difficult job for our members. Their air tanks contained a certain amount of air. They ran out of air, many of our members, and they continue working to try to get as many people out as they could.
Does anyone have questions for the mayor or the governor?
Sure.
Yeah.
In terms of the shelter here at the middle school, where will these people be staying for the next few nights, and where will they be getting resources? Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. We have our Deputy Commissioner of OEM that's here that's going to give the update and Red Cross.
I am right here.
Yes.
I'm just short. Hello, I'm from Emergency Management. So we do have the Red Cross here. They were here very quickly. We're registering everyone that needs housing. They will be going into hotels for an extended period while we work it out, and it's safe for people to go back into the building. If people are ultimately not able to go back into their apartments, we will work with HPD, with the state, and other resources to get people the long-term housing that they need.
Talk about your website also.
Yeah. So we're coordinating the other responses. This is an active school, obviously, so we will be, when everybody is taken care of for the evening, we will be closing out of the school tonight and then going to another community facility nearby. We have set up a website on the emergency management website. We're in multiple languages where we are putting out all the information. I know there are some people that are concerned about their pets, and so we will work with the agencies on that. We are providing food. A lot of children go to the school next door and other schools, so depending on where they're staying tonight, we will get them transportation back to the school. We have set up a short code. People that are affected can text 181-STFIRE to 692-692, and they will receive messages in English, Spanish, and French on services that are available. The other thing is we have set up with the Police Department Missing Persons Unit, with 311, the Unidentified Victim Information System. People can call 311, or outside of the city, they can call 212 New York, and if they are looking for information on a loved one that was taken to a hospital or who has passed away, we can get them that information.
Thank you. Thank you.
I understand there are laws that state that these doors have to automatically shut in an emergency like this. Who's making sure that this is actually being implemented? This is state law.
There are laws. They're supposed to do that, and part of the investigation from the marshals would determine if this exactly took place here. But there are laws on that. Our preliminary review determined that there were 2 reports, violations, but they were not related to heat at all.
And you've been listening to a news conference in the Bronx regarding today's tragic fire in the Tremont neighborhood. Mayor Adams, Commissioner Nigro, and officials from the Office of Emergency Management. If you want to continue watching the latest updates on this newscast, go to our website, ABC7NY. But just quickly to recap there, officials confirming that it was a portable space heater in a duplex apartment between the 2nd and 3rd floors that sparked this fire.
And it